You're never going to have 50% occupancy. You can do the financing or...
Okay.
Mayor, can you please talk into your microphone? Thank you.
I'm definitely in favor of this. It is very good for the village. It'll bring money into the village. It'll bring commercial into the village. So, yeah, I would say it would be fine. Everything that Orland Park built filled up real quick.
Like 9750, this is what this reminds me of in Orland Park.
The difference between this and Orland and 9750 is that's a government-owned project. So they have to offer market rate rentals.
Well, I'm looking at design-wise.
Understand.
You know, it's rented, they rent, you know, demographic. I mean, it's all blended in. Orland Park's right next to us.
Much higher density, though. And 9750 is almost 100 units an acre.
Okay.
Yeah, much smaller units and much higher density.
Well, they have different size units.
Absolutely, yeah. To answer some of your questions about, you know, you were asking about what happens if, you know, the building number 1 doesn't fill up. Well, we don't go to building number 2 until we have building 1, you know, 70 or 80% occupied, and then we start breaking ground on building 2 and just continue on through the development. That's the typical course of action. And to back up with your question about the height of the building, so right now our buildings are 3 stories of units completely built out. The 4th story is not 100% coverage because we have open roof deck type areas out there, plus we have large patios for the penthouse type units. So it's only, you know, 60% probably of that floor that's actually built out. The rest of it is open air for the, you know, the owners of that 4th floor unit and or the community areas that are over the center core.
So the 4th floor is your penthouses, correct?
Correct, yes.
And that occupies, penthouses occupy 60% of the top floor?
Yeah, approximately. Yeah, so we're also, you know, compared to what was proposed at Lucas Farms, we're about almost 18% lower in the building height than that project was because we have flat roofs. So that was a much taller building, somewhere around 64 feet. We're about 52. And comparably, you know, compared to like projects like Gooding Grove, that building is much taller than this building. That's actually really a 5-story building because that building's got parking on grade, and then it's got 4 stories of condominiums there, plus the pitch roof. So that's about a 70-foot tall building. And Loyola, of course, too. So that building's taller than these two.
Mayor, may I ask a question? In your bylaws, if you were to do it a condo, could you do bylaws where they were unable to rent?
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring a project that will make a whole difference for all of us. If we're going to focus on apartments or condos, that's tough for me. Because if I'm going to invest $100 million in a sleepy community and set the standard, if we're going to focus on apartments or condos, I don't know that I could support that. Because it doesn't matter. The demographic of the person that could live there, whether they pay the rent or pay the mortgage, is the same. It truly is. And we can call them apartments, but there's nothing that prevents us legally from turning them later. So I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm not asking to make them apartments, but I don't want to be handcuffed with a $100 million investment. You're going to say, hey, they're empty, but you can't rent them. It doesn't support logic. So I'm asking for that consideration. I don't know that I can get that buy-in, but I don't know that I can commit to more than that.
Thank you, sir. I know in the beginning, 9750 and complexes like that in Orland, they all start out with the mentality of the premier demographic. But as we see, 9750 does not, it didn't turn out the way they planned. Let's just put it that way. And as you said, it's government owned now. So.
I feel we can be very fiscally responsible. I believe we have a bank that could support this, and they give us a pathway. You want to rent them? We'll give you the money right away because we know they'll rent. You want to condo them out? Sell 70% of them with a 10% down. Until then, you can't get any money, so it'll never be empty, number one. And we're going to test the market, right? There might be a lot of people that are looking to downsize, and that would be their home. So if that's what the trend is, we would love that. But if you have no traction and have an empty lot and you don't have any development on 159, I'm not sure if that's really the best for the community. That's for the community and the residents to decide, but that's what I would caution. We lost one project next door, and I think we incorporated every single concept that we've been asked over the last 6 months. I think hopefully everyone here that has met with me and our support team, we addressed every single request, every single one. So I'm asking us, what would it take to get these permits expedited? We have the funding, we have where we want to move forward. And if we can't, we'd really like to get feedback pretty much today, because then we'll just walk away and we respect that.
I would like to hear from, I mean, of course, the residents that are here, residents that are out there, people are going to see this workshop today. I want to talk to our people. I want to hear what everybody has to say. This is a huge deal, and I appreciate $100 million. It's a big deal to you too. But we are representing the residents, and we have to make sure this fits. And I remember our meeting, you even said, if the residents don't want it, even if you guys voted in, I don't want nothing to do with it.
And I will walk.
So we're just waiting for feedback at this
But
point.
truthfully, the feedback is critical, because if the residents don't see a benefit to convenience, restaurants, a little post office, a coffee shop, if you don't believe that's valuable, I get it. I think it's wrong, but I would respect that. If we want to just keep the corridor and have it create no revenue.
Just to correct, sir, not to interrupt, we are planning a town center just without the residential that will pretty much will provide everything you just mentioned, the restaurants, the
Well, then you might not
post
need me.
office.
I get that. I hear
So
that.
we're looking at everything.
That's cool.
We understand.
Fair enough.
Does anyone have any other questions? You want to give them a timeline of what you think on it, or tell them yes, tell them no?
I think we definitely need to, yeah, I think we need to bring this to the attention of the residents and get their feedback first before we do anything else.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
I agree.
Thank you, Boris.
And I understand what you're saying, but do you mean, what's the process for bringing this to the attention of the residents? Are you talking about a public hearing?
Yeah, a public hearing. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Or maybe a stakeholders meeting or
Yeah,
a workshop.
stakeholder workshop.
Maybe we,
Invite the residents.
Call it a
And there'll be-
neighborhood meeting, get the residents, we can notice.
Yeah.
we
get
can
their
also,
input.
we can also send things out via the web, put stuff out, just
On our
different
website,
sources.
yeah.
That way we're hitting them all over, and a resident can never say, I never heard about this, because
Right.
they're getting hit from all
Because-
sides with it.
As you guys know, there's a lot of residents that have spoken about their opinions about apartments. So all the more reason that we should be reaching out and seeing what their opinions are on this, okay?
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't, I just want to understand what should we coordinate with Melissa? Is that what we should do?
Yeah, I
With the
think
village manager as well, please.
Manager,
Yeah, I think it best if staff gets involved and we can work some workshop with neighbors and stuff.
This is one step, or the second step, in the correct direction of transparency with the residents of Homer Glen. So we appreciate you being patient with that
Yes.
and working with us.
Sure.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, thank you.
thank you so much.
I think the residents would appreciate that too.
I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do anything without their approval first.
Thank you.